Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in to The Songwriter Show. I'm your humble host, Sarantos, a fellow songwriter with a passion for crafting stories through music. As someone who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember, I know how every song holds its own unique story. That's what brings us together here each and every Tuesday evening to celebrate the voices behind the music we love. Tonight, I'm so happy to have on the show Jamcase, an indie band from Australia that was formed from a group of songwriters. Over the past 7 years, they've released a handful of songs that have been well received from independent radio stations around the world.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Frank. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, man. So, of course, I have to talk about your cool Australian accent because I just have a Chicago accent, which means I don't really have one. So I'm very jealous whenever I talk to people with a cool Australian or British or Parisian accent, man. So that's what we're going to talk about all day.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of accents myself as well. It's always good to hear someone with a different accent.
Yeah, it's very cool. So tell us about your band, man. I think you're the only one joining us tonight, right?
Yeah, well, we started in Perth, relocated to Sydney, and yeah, just been writing. Haven't been really doing many gigs or anything like that. It's more sort of just focusing on writing songs and getting them out there onto radio stations and out to the world and all that.
And tell us about your instrument. What's your instrument of choice?
Well, I'm originally a drummer, and at the moment, the last couple of years, I've been focusing on improving my guitar skills and lyric writing and all that sort of stuff and that. Yeah, and then I've got the other guys that come in and do all the other stuff that needs to be done to create what we're creating.
Okay.
So, so I've been mainly focusing on the guitar and sort of improving my capabilities of playing the guitar a lot better. Yeah. So.
Tell us about your songwriting process. Do you guys do it as a band? Do you do it? Is there one guy mostly responsible? How does that work?
It's mainly me writing and all that. And whenever I sort of come to a spot where I need some more influence or different type of influence, I'll get a few of the other guys to come in and give me a helping hand. Yeah, because the other guys are sort of, they're pretty much part-time and they're doing all their own stuff and all that. So, as I said, like I'll come up with ideas and I'll email them or get in contact with them, show them what I'm trying to achieve and all that. And they put their little effort in there and come in to record the studio recordings and that. Yeah, so I do bulk of the writing. But as I said, sometimes it comes to where I'll get like a creative block or if I need some expertise of theirs or something like that to help enhance the song, then I do so, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what your band is working on currently for the rest of the year.
Probably writing more tunes, writing some more music. Yeah, so as I said, we're not doing gigs at the moment or anything like that. It's more just creating more music. Yeah, we love doing that. We love studio stuff. We love doing studio work. If you know what I mean, like being on the road could be, because like we're not known yet. If you know what I mean. So
sure.
Yeah, it's hard to sort of make good coin, and so we actually just focus on writing and creating and getting out there and seeing the response that we do get. Yeah, we sort of get a kick out of that. Yeah, that's our sort of addictions at the moment, if you know what I mean.
Do you have like a first teacher? Who's your first teacher musically?
Well, when I was younger, like, because I started when I was like, I got into music when I was like really young, but it wasn't until I was about 16 when I got an instrument and started sort of pursuing learning how to be creative on an instrument and all that. So, but in the early days, like, I used to listen to a lot of AC/DC, being from Australia, like a lot of Australian acts and that. But then we used to get into Alice Cooper and that a fair bit as well when we were younger, and sort of because I grew up in the glam metal days, so like the mid '80s and all that. So like all like Skid Row and like Poison and all that stuff. And they were big major influences when I was younger. But through the '90s, unfortunately, that died, which I was pretty upset at the time, being young and that was my scene. But you sort of grow out of it, and you still listen to it, but then you go into more sort of other styles of music and that. Yeah. So, but as in lessons and all that, I've had the opportunity to study with Greg Bissonette over in England. He's a well-known American drummer, played with David Lee Roth and all that stuff and that. I studied with Joe Rothman. He's an educator. I met up with him in England when I was living in England, and studied with him for a few months and all that stuff and that. So, and I did study a little bit of time at the Australian Institute of Music in Sydney as well. So, yeah, so that's a little bit of education that I've had, but it was more sort of listening to records and listening to what they do and try and sort of put my own spin on it. Yeah.
Musicians, it's very common, unfortunately, in this industry to be out of work for long periods. How do you supplement, time off, and then how do you transition out of this as quickly as possible to get back into the music gigs?
I've actually been pretty fortunate the last couple of years. I've sort of had funds that I've sort of saved up over a long period of time, and I'm sort of living full-time music at the moment. So I'm just relying on savings that I've developed over, say, 20 years and all that. So I'm pretty fortunate the last couple of years. But before that I was in and out. Like I used to do labouring work and all that stuff, and to pay the bills and all that. And then when I got home, I used to create, write, and then go into the studio on the weekends and all that. So it was pretty hectic back in them days, like at the start, like 7 years ago or even before that. So trying to hold down a full-time job and then try and write and be creative and all that it was big days, but it was fun because I was creating and I love to create. So, but now, as I said, it's a little bit easier now because saving over a period of time, I've got a good savings account to last me a little time longer to do it full time. So I'm pretty fortunate at the moment. Yeah, I just need to write a song and get a big hit, and then I'll be laughing, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's the worst career advice you've ever gotten?
Rock and roll's dead. It really depressed me. It made me think. It made me think because, like, I often think the music that got me into. I mean, the type of music that got me into actually music died when I when I turned 18 and I was ready to rock and roll, going to the pubs and start playing and all that, and my industry died, if you know what I mean. Like it was pretty depressing, if you know what I mean, but it kept on going, if you know what I mean, because like I started when I was 16, which is I think it was 89 or something like that. So by the time I was 19, ready to rock and roll into pubs and all that, like grunge come in and killed the metal scene, if you know what I mean. So so you could sort of, it's like, shit, you know what I mean? Like, and people used to say that then, it was a little bit depressing, like, well, like I'm ready to rock and roll now. It's dying, if you know what I mean? So, but that's that type, like rock and roll on a whole hadn't died, but just the scene that I was sort of getting into was going down in sort of no popularity, if you know what I mean? Yeah.
Sure.
So.
All right, man. Tell us about this song that we're going to hear. What do you want the listener to take from it?
Yeah, so Byron Bay was written about when I left WA. I travelled Australia, and I was writing music in Perth for probably about 4 or 5 years and recording and all that. And then I thought, okay, well, I want to sort of take the next step into my progressing in my career. So I thought, okay, well, I'll head to Sydney. So as in the song it says, jumped in my car, headed east with a heart full of hope. So that was pretty much what I left to do. And and it just goes through about just traveling on that road over towards Sydney and hopefully breaking into a whole new sort of wonderful scene and career, and hoping that everything goes well and build a beautiful kingdom and and reside in a beautiful place where you can sort of live for the rest of your life just writing and creating music, doing stuff that you love.
Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's take a listen, and we'll come back and talk some more, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody, check this out. Here we go.
Jumped in my car, headed east with a heart full of hope. Wide open space in front of me, just waiting to be explored. The sun is rising into a beautiful day, brightening up the path to see as I drive alone. Sweetness of freedom, sweetness, things to come. Living the life that I deserve. I hold on to faith, knowing that there's a big future for me. A kingdom with prosperity is waiting just for me. It's been in my heart since I was a younger man, romancing in the fields of my dreams, longing for my princess to come along, fill my heart with love, fill my heart with love. I found my place, people are peaceful here in Byron Bay. Wouldn't change a thing or leave this place. I'm here in Byron Bay. I found my place with beautiful people here in Byron Bay. Won't change a thing, won't go anywhere else. I'm here in Byron Bay.
All right, Frank, thank you so much for sharing that song with us.
Yeah, no worries. I hope you liked it.
Yeah. If you could re-record any song known to man in any language, what song would you re-record? It could be anyone's. It doesn't have to be yours.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
In a different language.
Any language.
In any. I'm not quite sure. Re-record in any language. What would I do? Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. All right, man.
Yeah, because the world's in a little bit of turmoil at the moment, so I think they'll probably go well, man. If you know what I mean? Yeah.
Don't worry, be happy. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head, man. Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, it's pretty effective, that song, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
I actually haven't heard it for a long time. It was big when I was a teenager. Like it came out in the late '80s, I'm quite sure. Yeah, so it was massive when it came out. Everyone was singing it. It's pretty catchy.
All right, man. Who's the most surprising person to ever compliment your music?
No one that's famous or anything like that. No one like that. Probably family. Family, yeah.
You're surprised that they like your stuff?
Yeah, well, family's sort of the worst critics, man, I think. Because like, they can do it and they're sort of allowed to do it, if you know what I mean, without being too offensive, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so... And they know what they can get away with, if you know what I mean. But family's always the worst critic, I think. Yeah, they can be, if you know what I mean. They can always be supportive as well, but you know what I mean. That they can be your worst ones, I would think. Yeah, I do think. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably hate my music more than anybody on the planet, I would say. So I totally get that. All right, how do you think most people should measure success in their music career?
How many people they inspire. How many people that enjoy their music, I would think. Yeah. How many people give them good reactions and feedbacks and that stuff and that, and how sort of it could do, how can it influence the world as well. Like there's many songs out there that can influence a way that the world can go, or the way that a country or people can go, if you know what I mean. So I think that's it. It's not. Yeah, I think it's just how you influence the world. And people, and how you make them feel.
Yeah, okay. What's the strangest place you've ever played?
There was a pub in England that I played at. It was in Reading. It wasn't the strange. Oh, actually, it was pretty strange. Like, for one thing, it was a metal club. You walked in there. I think it's called the Red. It was Red something, Red Castle or Red something. I can't remember, but it's near the train station in Reading train station in England, and everything in there, like on the walls and all that, they're all like, if there was like a picture or like like an object or whatever, like a creative piece on a wall, it was all wonky. Like it wasn't sort of like square or like straight edges or anything like that. It was just all wonky and all that. It was pretty weird, And it was all dark and all that. And the music that we were playing was sort of like country rock. And it was like a metal joint, if you know what I mean. Like, so
okay,
it was pretty
that's
weird.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. So like, and there was a guy that always drunk there, looked like Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, I actually even went up to him. I said, "Man, you look like Ozzy Osbourne." He said, "Yeah, man, I get that a lot, in his English accent. Yeah, so it was pretty weird. You know what I mean? Like playing in a metal club, playing country rock, and as I said, like all the pictures on the walls and all the sort of like ornaments and all that stuff on the wall, all sort of like wonky all around the pub and all that. Yeah, so it was pretty weird. Yeah, so I'd say they were probably the most weird place. Yeah.
What's the most unique instrument you've ever used at one of your songs?
We just use standard stuff like bass to drums to tambourines to acoustic guitars and all that stuff. So we haven't sort of really ventured out to any sort of Japanese or Chinese or Indian sort of type of instruments or anything like that. The only overdubs that we've done is, just using normal stuff. Yeah, so we haven't sort of really sort of explored different ways of finding sounds, not stuff that are sort of not sort of commonly used. Yeah, so yeah, we haven't, not yet anyway, but maybe in the future we probably could, but yeah, nothing at the moment. Yeah.
If you could master an instrument that you don't play, what instrument would that be?
Piano. I like piano. Yeah, just because the melodies, the sound, the emotion that you can get out of it, it's really dynamic, and you can really, rock someone's emotions with it. Yeah, either sad, happy, or whatever. Yeah, and really get in there and sort of really convey what you're trying to bring across emotionally. Yeah, yeah, probably piano. Yeah, or even yeah, probably more so the piano or the harp or something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
even the harmonica is pretty cool too. Like you can really rock with a harmonica, hey? especially in the blues and that. Yeah.
Other than me and other than you, is there like an underrated artist that you'd love to see get recognition?
Nothing that really comes to mind. No, not at the moment. Nah. And I'm trying to think of the past as well. They should have got more fame than what they should have. No, I can't really think of anyone at the moment. Nah.
So tell us about your socials. Where can people buy your stuff, stream it? Where can they find you online?
Yeah, so I'm on Bandcamp. So our songs are on Bandcamp, also YouTube. Like we haven't got any film clips yet. We're running a tight budget, so we can't really do film clips. So, but you can go to Jamcase Productions on YouTube. You can Google that, and with Bandcamp, just Bandcamp, and put in Jamcase Productions. And Facebook as well. We're on Facebook and that. There's a couple of songs, old songs, really, really old songs that don't really represent what we're doing now on Spotify. But as I said, they'll right from the beginning. So like, I wouldn't really go there, but probably more Bandcamp. You can listen to it for free on Bandcamp. But if YouTube will probably, if you want to listen to it absolutely for free, YouTube's the way to go. Yeah, it's a Jamcast Productions. So they're the places, yeah.
All right, man. I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight, dude.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me, man. It's truly appreciated.
You're very welcome. So thank you to all the listeners out there for spending a little bit of your precious time with the two of us tonight. If you wish to be on the Songwriter Show, please go to the interview request form at songwritershow.com. Thank you again for listening. We hope your awesome story gets heard around the world too. My name is Sarantos. Please join me every single Tuesday evening to hear other artists share their fascinating behind-the-scenes stories right here at the Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. Have a great night. I love you all.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.